Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Finally welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. We're going to dive right back into Elite Zoo North with a carefully placed click on the resume button. Don't want to have a massive mishap on our return, of course. And as we load in, folks, let me just let y'all know what was going down so you know what, so you know what was going down. Last week, middle of the week, in the middle of a render, my desktop decided to just stop working. It just randomly turned off, and I was like, well, that's strange, but could have been anything. And then it refused to turn back on, and I was like, well, that's strange, and this is going to be a problem. I got on it as quickly as possible. I tried to get the message out immediately. Just a heads up, if you don't follow me on Twitter, it is a great way to stay up to date with that sort of thing, and other things too, obviously, but also that sort of thing. Link to my Twitter is in the description down below. I also put up a community post on the YouTube channel, but you would have only gotten a notification if you are subscribed and you've clicked the notification bell next to the subscribe button, and even then, YouTube notifications are very, very unreliable. So some of you might not have even received the message despite being a subscriber and having pressed the bell button. Anyway, that's all besides the point. I tried to get the message out immediately that there was going to be a disruption in our schedule, and boy, was there. So I ordered the part that I needed right away. It took some time to get here, unfortunately. Had to do the repair work. There were some more issues afterwards as well, but it was all fixed up pretty readily. We're up and running now. Everything is going smoothly, hopefully. I mean, apart from the flamingos being upset at everything, hopefully everything will be going smoothly. Back on track, regular schedule, nothing's changed. I apologize for the massive delay between these two episodes, but technical issues that I just couldn't do anything about. The only videos I could produce were the ones that would run smoothly on my laptop. Now, it is a pretty powerful laptop, but it's not a beast like my desktop, and I mean, y'all remember the lag we're getting with this zoo on the desktop, so you can imagine how unplayable and, I think, unwatchable the game would be if played on my laptop, which, again, it's still powerful, but it's not like this beast of a desktop I have. So, unfortunately, some sacrifices had to be made. I hope y'all understand. I'm sure you guys do, but I do obviously feel bad. I can't help myself but feel bad because, it's how I am, I guess. Nonetheless, with that aside, as always, folks, if you've been enjoying the series, and despite this unplanned break that was forced upon us, if you are interested in seeing Planet Zoo continue on this channel, please don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. And this time, it's a little extra important, and I'll explain why. So normally, I ask for likes and comments to see interest levels on a series, just to make sure people are still interested, just as they were before, just to make sure that I know what people are thinking. Like, again, I love reading through the comments because I like seeing what people are thinking, what's going on in your head, what you'd like to see more or less of, how you'd like to see it, right? That's why I always ask for likes and comments, because it's a quick read for me. Well, the likes and comment number is a quick read for me. Reading through the comments is just fun and insightful, I would say. This time, sorry, I just noticed this. We're going to clean this up as I talk about this. This time, things are a little, it makes, okay, I'm trying to figure out the best way to, phrase it. So, as always, folks, what you'll get from me is full transparency. And I want to tell you a little bit, as I do a little cleanup over here, I want to tell you a little bit about how YouTube seems to work. Now, no one knows for sure, it's a mystery, but this is how it seems to work with things like this. So, the channel has been doing Planet Zoo for a long while. YouTube goes, okay, this channel does a lot of Planet Zoo stuff, and people seem to like it a lot. So anytime it makes a Planet Zoo post, we'll make sure that all the subscribers who haven't pressed the bell button, and some people who aren't even subscribed to the channel, will get it in their feed. But what happens is, when a channel doesn't post something for a long time, like this channel hasn't posted Planet Zoo for, about a week now, YouTube goes, oh, well, the next time this channel makes a Planet Zoo post, what is this? The next time this channel makes a Planet Zoo post, it must not be its bread and butter, so we're just not going to push it as hard, which is, I think, absolutely silly. But that seems to be how this algorithm works. But if that video goes out and it has a lot of engagement, YouTube sees, oh, hey, you know, this channel doesn't really do this kind of video all that often. Wrong, but okay. This channel really doesn't do this kind of video all that often, but this video that it just released, a lot of people seem to be liking it. A lot of people seem to be commenting on it. Well, this is interesting. Maybe more people would like it. We should push it. And then a video that they would otherwise hide from people's subscriber feeds and, you know, notification feeds and things like that, that same video all of a sudden starts getting pushed by YouTube because it's got that engagement despite the channel not having done a video on that topic for a while. And I'm trying to speak generically. This applies to all channels out there. This is how it seems to apply to all channels out there. Again, we don't really know how it works for sure, but that seems to be, this is horrible, oh my god, but that seems to be the case. So, as always, the likes and comments make a huge difference to me personally, just knowing what people want to see on the channel and how they want to see it. Again, your feedback in the comments makes a direct impact on what we do. But on top of that, this time especially, the likes and comments are going to make a difference to the, I hate to put it this way, but the survivability and durability of this series. So if you don't like leaving comments, I totally understand, but if you could drop a like, it'd be hugely appreciated. And if you've got something to say, I mean, feel free to say it, as always, right? Comments are always welcome around these parts. Anyway, enough talk on technical issues and YouTube problems and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, I'm glad we could do a little bit of work and touring while I was rambling about that. It's time to get to work. And boy, is there a lot of work to do. Again, we're just picking up right where we left off as if nothing happened. We've made some good progress across the board with tying up these loose ends. Of course, the big focus right now is our little Russian village up in that corner over there that we want to beautify and try and hit that mark that we have with the, with like bankrupt night market. I actually saw a very compelling comment just like from last session's comments. It was about how the bar has been set, and now everything I do, I try to hit the bar as opposed to just working freeform. Very insightful comment. I was like, interesting way to put it. Actually, on the topic of insightful comments, I should touch on another thing because I'm kicking myself for misspeaking. I hate misinformation. Making things out of wood and out of bamboo is not a bad thing, folks. Deforestation, when I mention deforestation problems, deforestation is a problem only in specific cases. Reforestation efforts are very much a good thing. Entire countries depend on logging industries, and bamboo grows like, I mean, weeds. It grows a lot. So when I say, oh, we're using recyclable plastics or something for all of our construction that we're doing because we don't want to be responsible for deforestation, that's more me just kind of joking around than being super technical about the pros and cons of logging industries. I mean, a lot of countries, again, rely heavily on it. So I don't mean to say that, any country that cuts trees, nothing like that. It is something that can be approached in a sustainable way, and it is often approached in a sustainable way, though of course there are instances of deforestation, which is where the joke of having a deforestation education panel right next to a bunch of, bamboo and whatnot. That's the crux of that joke. But I just wanted to touch on that because I did make some generic statements that I would say were unfair, and I wanted to correct myself there. Anyway, sorry, I have so much. I always get excited when I'm recording Planet Zoo because I have so much I want to share and talk about. But I'm sure we're all waiting to actually see some progress done on the zoo. So why don't we get to that? Now, quite a few of our animals are actually still on tier 1 or grade 1 food. So we're going to be fixing that for sure. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my notes so that I can make sure I hit all the notes that I found or that I received. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at our reindeer. I believe they're still on. Again, folks, when you leave a comment behind and there's a suggestion, I take notes because I do genuinely take your feedback into consideration. It's important to me as part of the process. There we go. Right. How did I forget where this entrance is? It's one of my favorite entrances. So supposedly these guys are getting, grade 1 food quality. Let's Well, this isn't how numbers work. Let's go ahead and fix that. We've also got the doll sheep, we believe, are suffering the same thing. So what we're going to do today, I think we're going to spend some time in regular speed, not doing a time lapse at first, because I really want to get my head back into the game, back into like the issues we were having and things like that, and then we can have our time lapse. So the time lapse will be about halfway through the episode or closer to the end of the episode. I hope you all don't mind, but it will at least help me get my head in the game, back on top of things. I remember most of what's going on and most of our plans and everything, but a week away from something as intense as our Planet Zoo franchise, I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything particularly important, or that I've not forgotten anything, or something in progress hasn't slipped my mind. I'm sure y'all understand, but I hope you don't mind. So we're gonna start with man, I keep forgetting. Like, for example, I've forgotten just how massive this zoo was. I was like, oh yeah, the orangutan will be somewhere around here. Nope, all the way over there. There's it's such a massive zoo. What was I saying? Right. So yeah, this should help us all, in fact, recollect our thoughts for those of you who are like me, where a week away from something can often be like, what was going on again? Right, so their food is also a problem. Where are we? I'm so glad I don't know about recent patches that maybe have broken some of our enclosures again, but I'm so glad to have stuck to my guns, I guess, or our guns collectively, about this overly complicated orangutan enclosure. I mean, was it a struggle? The first time, yes. Then there was a patch, and then it was a struggle again, and then it was a struggle again after the third patch. But you know what? It's working. It's working, and it's awesome. Can you imagine walking underneath a orangutan? I mean, I'm still one of my favorite technical executions, I would say. The Formosan Falls is probably one of my favorite aesthetic executions. This is a dead end. Orangutan is probably one of my favorite technical executions. As in, like, bending the game, trying not to break it. What are we looking for here? Orangutan, the bison. Okay. Next up is the bison. I believe they're also getting not so great food. The bison and the pronghorn antelope, both actually. And there's more work to do over here, so we'll tackle that at the same time. Yes, grade 3. Now, we actually need to keep an eye on our finances, because, I mean, sure, it doesn't make a big difference with the antelope, but or the bison, but the orangutan, that was a pretty expensive feed. And, I mean, who else do we... Oh, no, okay. I mean, we might be fine. I still want to keep an eye on our finances a little bit for the next little while. What am I looking for? Right. We have our animals. Well, at least I remember where this tab is. We have our animals, and I believe we got... I just want to double check. This is what I mean. Like, I want to make sure these things were done. Despite the comments saying, hey, you did this, but you didn't do that, I just need to double check for my own sanity. We are... Yes, clear. We got a new male bison. A new boy bison. A new... Oh, no. Oh, no. A new bison? Oh, no. A new bison. Oh, wow. All right. Some things never change. Week-long break or not, some things never change. All right, so because of our new male bison... Oh, geez. Boyson is going to become a habit. We can actually get rid of the contraception across the board over here. So I'm just thinking about Boyson still. So that's that taken care of. And the pronghorn antelope, I believe, is in a similar situation, where we got a new male pronghorn antelope. And we should be able to get all the females off of contraceptives. P, H-J-K-O-M-N-O-P. I know how to spell. L-M, there we go, pronghorn antelope. There's our alpha male, Benjamin. I also want to say, I love... just saying Benjamin, because Benjamin also has a couple of variant pronunciations. It reminded me. I love how much of a conversation the pronunciation of Xavier, Javier, however you want to say it, whichever variant you're familiar with. I love how much of a conversation that led to in the comments. Honestly, I'm not being sarcastic here. I just thought it was interesting to see that level of, like, first of all, to see the variation, and to think about the variations that I forgot. Like, I mean, Xavier completely slipped my mind. And I'm a huge X-Men fan. So, I don't know, I just thought it was interesting to see all the different variants, Spanish versus Portuguese versus what what folks are used to hearing in North America versus, I don't know. I find that kind of stuff very compelling. As you may have been able to tell over the course of these episodes, I'm a fan of like linguistics and how language changes and things like that. Etymologies is another thing that I really like especially with names, origins of names. Anyway, I keep digressing. So that's the bison and the pronghorn antelope. They're all able to mate with everybody else. We don't have to worry about inbreeding there. We've taken care of the food there. We also need to take care of the food down over here. Man, it feels good to be back. Doesn't it feel good to be back? Even just like, oh yeah, this is weird. It says grade 3, but down here it says grade 1. That's strange. Well, let's get that fixed up. It's just, yeah, even doing like quote-unquote menial things. I've always enjoyed the management stuff, and I was missing it for this whole week. I was like, man, I can't wait to get back to Planet Zoo. But just being back makes me realize how much I was missing it. I don't know if that makes any sense to... I don't know if others are like that as well, but I certainly am. It's good to be back. Of course, y'all let me know anything I've missed. I'm pretty sure I caught all the details in the comments. I did put the call out again for like naming staff and things like that, but I'll touch on that again, I think at the top of next week or something like that. I just want to kind of freshen my mind on that front. But yeah, just a reference to those of you that missed it. The name I was talking about is the one we have over here. Best to just show it visually, right? And to show what stemmed that conversation. I just find it so funny. It's like just the innocent addition of this sponsorship board over here triggered this massive conversation. It's I love this community. Thank you all for being a part of it, is what I'm getting at, I suppose. All right, I think we're good to hit play. I want to see how people interact with the space. I want to see if things are moving smoothly. I want to see if there are any complaints we have to worry about. I want to see the low welfare warnings over here go away. And I want to see, well, I don't think there's anything left to see. I think we know what has to happen over here, right? I think we know what has to happen over here. I want to see if we do that today. Everything else is looking okay. I believe the inspector is going to a bunch of animals who are already happy. I distinctly remember checking that last session, so I'm not going to do that again. But let's let that happen. Let's also, actually, another great suggestion that I got in the comments of, I think, the previous episode was maybe, I don't know. Maybe we should just go ahead and just do all the marketing. Like right now we have the comedy show commercials and family hour commercials going on. Maybe we should just do all the marketing and try and hit that 10K guest count before episode 100. I kind of like it. We got another high impact option over here. What's another 5,000, right? Let's go for it. Let's begin the marketing here. And what we'll do is we'll see how this does. What this does to our numbers, rather, and then maybe we'll take a look at some of these divisive appeal campaigns and the low impact campaigns as well. It's like, so I assume divisive is better than low impact because how the money works. Also, having worked in the ad industry, this is dirt cheap. The reason this is low impact is because you're just not spending enough money. These numbers don't make much sense. But yeah, I wonder if we should just kind of just stack them all. I'll probably do that once I feel comfortable about how our finances sit. Because again, we're okay. It's just January right now. We spent a fair bit of money already on construction and stuff. So let's just see how the money goes. But we cannot have years where we just make 2,000. That's nothing. We're not a not-for-profit organization. We have to make profits so we can, re-inject it. And we got salaries to pay, and I'm sure. Actually, I guess that is how you get a not-for-profit. I don't intend to make this a not-for-profit zoo, though. We want to keep money flowing. Let's begin, folks, and take it in for a moment. Oh, God, it does feel good to be back. All right, all the low welfare warnings and stuff gone. That's great. Let's say hello to people. We haven't done this in so long. Hello, War Doc. Hello, Zursi? I'm gonna butcher these names. WNWNE36. How's it going, buddy? Hopeful Heart 717. Hello. Pseudo. Hello to you. Chanaji? I'm guessing. Hello to you. I mean, not that I know. Well, I mean, I know Ava. Hello, buddy. Nuscarota. Hello to you. Just going around saying hello to people. Papa Nurgle, how's it going, man? How's the baby? Adrian, 38. Hello, hello. How's the wall? All right, we good. Man, just doing the menial stuff even feels fun. Our Himalayan brown bear is about to mate. Didn't mean to rotate that way. Meant to rotate this way. Oh man, such cuties. Such cuties. I've missed them. Oh, look at those scars. I think that's one of the most interesting things that often goes unnoticed in this game. When I first heard about it as a element or aspect or feature of the game or whatever you want to call it, I was blown away actually. That animals that get into fights, they scar, and you can see those scars, and the scars like modeled and textured, and I don't know. I just think it's really quite interesting to go that far with a detail that most won't see. But then you zoom in like that and you see it, and it makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? It's all the difference in the world. All right, Batsai Khan, buddy. To the trade center with you. Oh boy. There we go. I actually saw a comment that was like, when animals are fighting, you like to pause it and then, oh no, Yaletha. If you don't like seeing doggos pass away, then now's the time to look away. Oh no, haha, cheating death by taking a nap. Because I don't think animals die when they're asleep. Pretty sure necks don't turn like that, but I mean, I'm not a... Why does she look so malnourished? I mean, she's not. Oh, there we go. Alright, if you don't like watching animals pass away, then time to look away. But I want to be here for Yaletha. 22.2 years old. She was a good girl. Oh, man. It's just clipping through the geometry. That's very undignified and quite unfortunate. Oh, puppers, go away. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. What are your genes like? Pretty good, actually. Got quite a few pups. Finally. Seeing some new wolf babies is quite nice because of our... what's the word I'm looking for? Stagnation there. Well, one life is lost, another is made. Whoa, what was that? As the zoo gets more like crowded and stuff, or as we get more animals and stuff in the same amount of space, flipping and stuff is obviously to be expected. Offspring due July of this year. She's also quite old. Not as old, but quite old. Facility broken down over here. Let's go ahead and get a mechanic. It's an ATM. Can't have those break down. Got 2 broken ATMs. I mean, these ATMs have been servicing this giant crowd for how long now? I think it's fair for them to have a breakdown. Nothing helps you get back on track like a good breakdown every once in a while, right? Hey, Yaletha. Yeah, we've got the vet coming through. Okay, where was I before I got distracted by the bad news? I can't even face myself. We were looking at... Oh, jeez. One of those moments. There's so much going on right now. There's so much to care about and worry about. Right, we're looking at our marketing campaigns. Hopefully those make a difference. Actually, let's take a look at finances again real quick. Yeah, we're making money already. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I was touching on... I remember now, the snow leopards. I was touching on... Thank you, game, for reminding me with a fight between animals. There was a comment that mentioned, oh, dude, this is how they fight? I mean, I hate to leave it going, but this is just educational. Look at that. They're just straight up like wrestling, like old-fashioned, you know, Greco-Indian style wrestling. Throw some baby oil on them, you know, you gotta show. That's actually really interesting. Now, I don't like seeing them fight, obviously, so I apologize about that, but really interesting. All right, we gotta compare Setyawan with Kaliapa. Kaliapa's pretty good genes, 92, 100, 50, 67. Alright, so Setyewan goes to the trade center. Pretty highly rated. Great genes overall. Just not as great as the existing father figure around these parts. Right, so the comment was that they liked to pause when animals started fighting to prevent injuries and stuff. And I like that as an idea, and I totally can get behind that to prevent injuries. The reason why I don't pause is because I like the challenge, I guess. And it was a lot easier when the frame rate was faster and the clicks would register more easily. But I like the challenge of checking genes, seeing which animal needs to be sent away, and then sending that animal away before anything too bad happens. Because I feel like that's more yes and no. I feel like that's more fitting of like what would actually be happening. Like the vets would, I don't know, it's tough, because I think what would really happen is you take both of those animals into storage, and then you see who's better. But that feels like too many steps. I don't know, I guess I could do it that way. In my head, it was just an interesting challenge to try and get the work done, the necessary work done before something bad happened. And again, if you follow this channel, you'll know I like to insert challenge where there might not be any to exist with, or to begin with, just to make things more compelling. It's why we're playing franchise mode and not sandbox mode. It's because the challenge of keeping our finances in order and making sure guests are happy, that's what keeps things interesting in my books. What's the deal here? Are you guys going to climb onto this train as well as that train? Yes, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure this train didn't go ahead without picking any passengers up. And it is great to see... Hello. There's cuties. It is great to see the trains getting so much action and love after quite a bit of time of them just kind of sitting empty. I cannot describe to you the smile on my face. I think this is perhaps the thing I missed most, is just spending time with the animals a bit. I think that's part of what compels me to start this episode not with a time lapse, because I do just want to enjoy the cuteness a little bit. Look. That is a heart. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe two ice cream cones side by side. Yeah, that's another way to describe it. That's hilarious. I've been... anyway. Stop looking at monkey butts for a second here. Fun thing, by the way. Fun fact. Never bare your teeth at a monkey. Or an ape. Or most animals. I saw this gif the other day of this lady. She was at one of those parks where you can kind of walk among the animals. I forget where. And she wanted to take a selfie with a... with a macaque. And she made eye contact with it and smiled at it. Like a full toothy smile. Yeah, don't do that. She got attacked. I don't know the aftermath. The GIF ended short of the aftermath, but I believe she's fine based on what I've read up on it. Don't ever show your teeth to an animal. It is a sign of aggression. And with macaque and many monkeys as well, you don't want to yawn while looking at them either, because yawns are also a sign of aggression. A yawn can often show all your teeth. Yeah, just a pro tip on not being attacked by animals. I mean, unless you want to be for some reason. There's also a terrifying video out there, I haven't seen this in a long time, of this little girl, she's like, I couldn't even tell you, like, elementary school age, you know, like little girl, who is at a zoo, and is looking at a silverback gorilla, and, you know, well, when we're little kids, and we think, oh, monkey, or apes, we beat our chests, because that's, you know, what all the cartoons show us. Don't do that when you're looking at an alpha male silverback gorilla. It charged the glass, the viewing glass, and just cracked it. Obviously, it's like super thick and super safe, but yeah, don't beat your chest when a gorilla is looking at you, especially the alpha of the group. Man, gorillas are terrifying animals. I love them. They are like symbolically powerful animals. Especially when one's angry. Oh, these crocs are not happy. All right, I think we maybe have spent enough time just looking around the zoo and at the animals, but let's fix this problem and perhaps we gear up for our time lapse. Why am I? Oh, the camera just rotated in a direction I didn't expect it to. It's my bad. Where are my animals? Way too many adults. I guess we could get... Kadek and Ratu are still... Oh, the voice. That's interesting. Oh, Banyu is much better. Banyu is much better than Kadek. Alright. Go ahead and put you into the trade center. We're gonna have to get a new female, obviously, but I think I'm okay with that. Ratu? Yeah, she's not got great stats either. So, well, we'll need a new female. Her we'll release into the wild. Oh, we can't, because we bought her. Alright. Might quick trade her out. We're not gonna get much for her, if anything. What else have we got? Banyu. How about Setyawan? What are your stats? Oh no, they're still kids. Okay. So, Melati. What are your stats? I just want to see which one's better, Melati or Banyu. The better one gets to stay, obviously. Oh, okay, well that makes that decision easy. Because they cannot mate. Banyu, yeah, inbreeding. I think the decision here is obvious. So, Melati will release you to the wild. Right? Those are okay stats, but there is a red stat, so I don't know how I feel about trading that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a new female for Banyu here. Get ourselves a new female. Oh, inspector arriving 24 months. Hold on, how'd my old inspection go? Okay, 5 stars. I thought I saw 4 stars. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. 5 across the board. Right back at it. Facility broken down. We'll look at that in a second. I would like to get a new saltwater crocodile, please, and thank you. Let's see if the clicking's been fixed. Any species, saltwater croc. Do I still know how to spell? Indeed I do. Saltwater crocodile. Again, we're looking for a female, right? Okay, these are not bad stats for 320. That's dirt cheap. L-Lock over here. Ooh, 83, 83, 67, 83. Okay, so L-Lock is better. Amisha is, ooh, tough. I think I'd rather go with L-Lock over here. Much cheaper, and the stats are close enough. Happy Animals Zoo. Well, that's good. Glad they're happy. Let's go ahead and move you. You know what would be really cool? I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's in the game, but it'd be cool if you could see how far your, or animals bred in your zoo, how far they went. Like, now I'm picking this up from Happy Animals Zoo. It'd be cool if Happy Animals Zoo could see, like, oh, you know, how far did L-Lock's quote-unquote genes go? Where's the closest? Oh, kind of far. Let's go ahead up to this one. Yeah, I think. Go up to this one. I think it'd just be interesting to kind of follow your animals' genetics that way. Of like, okay, which zoos did they make it to and things like that. Alright, where are we? There we go. Facility broken down. Let's go ahead and call the mechanic here. Vet research complete. I assume that's on the snow doggos, as it were. Oh yeah, Formosan black bear as well as the Arctic wolf. It's funny to me, there's still so much research to do. Ooh, and we haven't even tapped into so many animals. There is still so much to do in this game. I'm really excited for Elite Zoo South as well. Dangerous fighting at the Temple of Aura. I thought we fixed that. Or did somebody else come of age now? Another Banyu. Okay, well, let's see what we can do over here. Turn the lights on. Let's take a look here. Banyu. 92, 92, 50, 50. Not bad. Hope I don't have to ban you. Oh, Bison, ban you. I'm on a roll. Okay, so 92, 92, 50, 50. Hello. There we go. You know what? I think Calliope is still better. I don't just think I'm pretty willing to say yes, yeah. So ban you, I will have to ban you over to the trade center. Because he's not bad, he's just not as good. And what about over here? Susil? Those are great genes. Gariel are fighting as well. Wow, we have a lot of overcrowding going on. It's like they synchronized their mating cycles and stuff like that so everyone could become an adult at the same time. Throwing a massive block party down around these parts. Pramana. Where are you at, buddy? Taking a swim. so tiny. 83.92. Alright, so I guess we gotta tuck you away as well. Overall, solid. Worth trading, I would say. I think that's our overcrowding taken care of. Oh, wow. Good genes here, too. Alright, Gariel Grotto has got some issues. We must have a lot of adults over here. Okay, Ovni is infertile, so let's go ahead and sort that out right away. Rehome you. Right? Spend the money. Make sure she ends her days as comfortably as possible. Alright, we need a new female, though. Alright, what are you guys up to? Viraj, your stats are pretty good if I recall. Yeah, 92, 75, 150. Alright, Ishan, though, not bad. Those are not bad stats. So, over to the trade center. And then, oh yeah, we've got a lot of males. Raghav, pretty good stats. 92, 75, 150 is to beat. 92, 75, 100. Okay, so you go to the trade center as well. And what about you over here? Rayansh. Rayansh? 83, 75, 183. Immunity, I mean, again, it's not the most important. It varies greatly, right? So we can go ahead and put you into the trade center as well. Cool. Alright. That was a good return episode, I would say. Lots of little things to solve, lots of little things going on here and there. Oh, another... Oh, no, that's old news now. Unless there's a new Rayansh. And a new... Oh, wow. Did we seriously just have another maturing cycle? No way. We don't have another Rayansh, do we? We do not. Okay. That's just all old news. So many babies in here. Yeah, they're popular. They're a popular animal. I do need a new female, right? I mean, do I? We've got so many babies. Do I really? Yeah, because this is inbreeding, and this is inbreeding as well. And I'm sorry, what are the numbers here? Jeez, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe we don't need another, another female replacement. Let's maybe wait for some of these babies to become adults, pick the one with the best genes, and then we'll go in and get like the appropriate partner. So for example, what I'm saying is when Viraj passes away, we'll take a look at all of the babies, see who's got the best stats, mark them. You know what? Let's mark them right now. Why not? Mark them right now. Sorry, animal, no. Over to my zoo. Species. I want to take a look at the Komodo dragon. Where are we? Komodo. No, sorry, no, the Gharial. What am I saying? The Gharial. Where you at? There you are. Yeah, right. I keep mixing up which one has which UI. I wish you could see their genetics right here. But now you gotta click, and you gotta click. Like, okay, let's see. Neil. We have so many of them. This will actually take a fair bit of time. Okay, so Tejas. Let's go ahead and put a question mark here, or put a K here for keeper, potentially, right? Potentially, and we can narrow things down a little bit. First step is, I guess, looking for all green stats, like Vinaya here. Potentially a keeper. And maybe we'll do a little bit today and then a little bit later on when it becomes a bit more relevant. Because I don't want to just spend the rest of my session comparing Gharial. I do want to get a time-lapse in today. Ihu. Also pretty good stats, man. Lots of good stats over here. Arohi. Oh, okay. Speak of the devil, I jinxed it. Sneha, let's take a look at you. Not the tree. Sneha, please. Oh, no, those are not good stats. Okay. Naira. Okay. Also not good stats. I really did jinx it, didn't I? Harshil. Oh my god. Garen. Okay, those are not... That's actually not bad at all. Actually not bad at all. And Unmole over here. Oh, we've got more. Oh my god, we have many more. Unmole. Oof, nope. Raghav is our current adult. Rayansh is in the trade center. Oh no, Raghav and Rayansh, right. They're already adults, but they're not out here. And Devansh. What was that? That was a train, I guess? Alright, I think we've got all of our Guriel marked out. The keepers will investigate. Oh no, Devansh is about to mature. Well, you go to the trade center, buddy. Because these are, yeah, he's not got the K, so immediately to the trade center. Said immediately to the trade center. There we go. Boom, done. Alright, we're gonna wait until the sun rises and the rain stops. Because again, I can control the time, but I can't control the weather, so might as well just see if they both happen naturally. I prefer when they happen naturally. Hopefully, the snow won't start anytime soon, and we can dive into our work over here. Now, actually, I received a couple of suggestions that I would like to implement. I'd like to get these areas feeling a bit more like what they're supposed to represent, I suppose is the way to put it. Turn the light on. Like if this is supposed to be the frigid north, then I want to have that frigidity just outside of where the guests kind of spend their time, so that the guests don't feel, you know, horrible for being in the cold, but the area still looks cold. I think that'd be nice. It was not just here; it was somewhere else as well that was recommended, and I can't remember now. And that's a good start, though. Around the reindeers, for sure, is a good start. There might be some other spots that I want to do it to as well. Actually, on the topic of reindeer, I just want to touch on, so many episodes ago, it was recommended to me that I watch Klaus. And I can't remember now if it was here or in the Discord. Again, link to that is in the description down below. Pretty sure it was in the comments. That's what I mean. I can't remember if it was comments or in the Discord. But it was recommended that I watch Klaus, and I finally managed to do that the other day. The benefits of, you know, I guess my desktop not working. I managed to finally do that the other day, and hey, the Sami are in that movie. I think that's why I associated with the comments of Planet Zoo. I wouldn't be surprised if it came up around the development of this reindeer area. But yeah, the movie includes the Sami, and that was I don't know, felt good knowing what I was looking at because of y'all in the comments and stuff. I just wanted to say thank you again for educating me and informing me and sending me down a path of education and information. How did you get over here, buddy? How did you get over here? You just crawled over? Wow. I've had this game for how long? I've had these animals for how long? And we have this happening now? Come on. How have we not seen this happen anytime before? Anyway, yeah, so it was just cool seeing all like the colors and stuff that y'all had touched on before. Hey, no, God, come on. I was just trying to patch this hole here. Immediately ran over. Immediately, no hesitation. That was so cute. It's like an actual animal. It's like when you tell them they're not supposed to go somewhere, they're just like, they might not speak the language, but they understand you're not allowed to go here. And then they go there. A rabbit does that all the time. And she's clever about it too. She's not allowed under our couch in the living room because there are some, you know, wires there for like speakers and things like that. We don't want her chewing on cables, more for her own well-being than anything else. So she's not allowed under there. And we've tried blocking it, but she finds a way. But then she got to a point where she was real clever, and she'd wait for both of us to, like, not be looking. And she'd try and sneak underneath there. And if we catch her, she acts like, literally, she's like a cartoon character. She, like, gets out from next to the couch and goes, I don't know what you were, I don't know, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't near the couch. We saw you. Animals, man. I'd love to be able to read their minds and just see what they're thinking every once in a while. Like this bear. So you were just pulled away from there. Why would you go back? I mean, I understand why, from a video game perspective. I still find it adorable. Okay, we good? I think so. Hopefully that's that problem solved. What's the deal here? Quarantine passed. Go ahead and get you with your saltwater croc friends. Where are we? Saltwater crocs, all the way up over here. Yes. Come on. There we go. Cool. More flamingo. You know what, actually? You know what? I just realized we haven't got a flamingo stress warning yet. No way. What happened? Did we suddenly mistakenly remove all the flamingos or something? They've been maturing and everything. I don't know if there was a patch recently. What was the final change that did it? Was it the rotation of that one piece of glass? Can't be. It's got to just be pure chance, right? It's got to just be pure chance. Ain't that a sight? Here comes the sun. I mean, this game's beautiful. I miss the Discovery Channel. I miss the Discovery Channel. God. I've always loved looking at animals. Preferably in their natural habitats, but, you know, we try where we can. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Rain is still pouring down upon us. Money is, well, okay. It's December, so hopefully it doesn't start snowing. But it's December, and this is all the money we've made. That's kind of problematic. That's kind of problematic. Our income has dropped by about 40K. Our expenses were also lower this year. I don't know how I feel about that. Why is our income so low? Donations have dropped. Why have donations dropped? Like, they've dropped significantly. Hold on. Before we switch over to the new year, I want to just look at this a little bit. So yeah, income has dropped by about 20K, roughly. Ticket sales are in the same world. In fact, we've increased children's ticket prices. I wonder if that's had the adverse effect on the donations. Again, I wish I could see donations per animal or something, just get an understanding, because that is a huge drop. That's the difference. That's the difference right there, is donations. Just trying to figure out. I mean, shop income has dropped a bit as well. I think we're at that tipping point of shop prices, though. We got to figure out why donations aren't happening. Typically, donations don't happen when guests are unhappy or they don't feel educated. Well, let's keep an eye on donations this year. In year 146, let's keep an eye on those donations and see where maybe we can improve circumstances. Like, I'm pretty sure our pandas are doing okay lately, right? I wonder if, oh, you know what I think it might be? Guests who are being pulled towards, like, tiger terrorists and things like that, and aren't donating, but they would have donated elsewhere. I feel like that might be it. I feel like that might be it. I mean, well, everything's empty now because it's the start of the year. We do get people up here, though. That's good. Okay, let's see what these people are saying real quick. Happiness, 100%. Education is pretty good. I can't see a polar bear. Well, listen. I have to give them a huge space. Again, we might go back to that overpass idea, right? We might have to. They're happy, though. They are happy. And their education is at 100%. It was also pointed out that maybe education is an overall reflection of their progress through the entire zoo. And I think you're probably right. Now, these guys are not happy. Why are you not happy? Someone's in trouble? What? Oh, apprehending miscreant. I don't... Wow. Miscreant. Apprehended by security. Time to go. I'm going to pick your pocket. I've been spotted by security. Run. Time to go home. Wait, what is happening here? What is going... Okay. My God. Okay. Moving on from that. Okay, so wait, hold on. Yeah, I need to figure this out though. Why are these people unhappy? Everything was just okay. Why was everything just okay? Habitat has loads of plants in it. Well, isn't that what the animals want? They changed how this information is displayed. Right? Yeah, I mean, this is what the animals want. I mean, it's a bit on the high end, I guess. Why are you complaining about the number of plants? You're at a zoo. What do you want, concrete walls and an animal? Jeez. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong people. Just getting annoyed at them. Nonetheless, I need to investigate some of that stuff. But folks, we'll leave that maybe for next session. We'll investigate guest happiness and donations. Make sure those donations pick back up, because otherwise we're going to have, I don't know, it was the Polar Bear Mafia previously, but I don't know what Mafia is planning on showing up this time around. I think the lighting is okay. Yeah, lighting's looking pretty good for our work over here. This is where we're going to be focused. I think it's pretty good. I want to make sure it doesn't start snowing, and that delays us yet again. Folks, first time in a very long time, it's time-lapse time. All right, folks, I am very satisfied with how today's time-lapse goes. I will be forthright with you right off the bat. We do not complete this area because it's a big undertaking, and I want it to be done right. I forget how long it took us to complete Bankrupt Night Market, but I feel like it must have been a handful of sessions, and deservedly so. I want to spend an equivalent amount of time with our little village over here, with a little Siberian village. Big changes coming to this area. For one, the entire layout of this zone I felt like needed a rework. I needed to make sure there was something special about it, something that stood out. See, what I think makes Bankrupt Night Market special beyond its aesthetic, like I really like visually how it's built, but I think what made its conception interesting and its idea interesting is that there is a unique element to it which has no real bearing in the game, but it looks like it does. What I mean to say is, like, the little dock that we have really makes Bankrupt Night Market feel special in a way that nowhere else in the game does, because we don't have that kind of a thing anywhere else in the game. We don't have that kind of viewing point anywhere else in the game. I mean, sure, you're able to, walk on the bridge or on the croc dock or, whatever, but it's not the same type of structure. And I felt like that made that market space really stand out. And I figured, let's try and do something similar with the little Siberian village over here. We're probably going to have to name this area, by the way, so we're going to start, when it's done, we'll start taking some name suggestions and things like that. But I figured, all right, well, okay, we've got a dock for, quote-unquote Southeast Asia. Kind of makes sense. What makes sense for a Russian village? And I thought it'd be really nice to have a skating rink. I don't know if that's, necessarily accurate. I don't know how skating rinks are, how they exist in this part of the world is the best way I can phrase it. But to give you a parallel, in Toronto at least, you obviously get a variety of types of rinks, from, those that are within enclosed spaces to giant, quote-unquote public projects, where, for example, in downtown Toronto, there's a massive square that in the summer is just it's just fountains and water, and then in the winter they ice it up and it becomes a skating rink. I believe that is a government project, like a public project. Then at times you get obviously private institutions making their own little private ice skating spaces. There's another space in Toronto which is very much like that, where it is a shopping mall, kind of open air shopping mall area, and in the winter there's this huge park area that they turn into a skating rink. So that's another way that we kind of have skating going on. There's also obviously natural skating rinks, like if the the Rideau River, if it freezes over, then people can skate up and down the canal, which is super cool. I really want to do that someday. Haven't had a chance yet. That's not in Toronto. That is in Ottawa, still Ontario. But and then there is what I'm going for here. I don't know why I'm ranting about skating rinks. I should be talking about summary things, but what I'm going for here is the other type of rink that I've seen here every so often, which is the community-built one, where this is in particular. I know I mentioned this after my time lapse as well, so I apologize for this repetition. But next to my high school here, the nearby neighborhood all kind of used to get together every winter, and there was this huge park space, and they would take a portion of that park space and they would build a skating rink. Just the community would come together and they'd put up some fencing. They'd go out there with all the equipment you need. They'd put out some seating arrangements and stuff as well, so you can put your skates on easily. No skate rentals or anything, but if you had your own skates, you just kind of, and you lived in the area, you just walk down the street and there's a mid-sized, smallish, middling-sized skating rink. It was nice. It was a nice community project. I thought it was a really cool thing, and I wanted to reflect that here. Long story short, coming to my point, I thought it would be a nice thing to implement here, where it's just like, you know what, maybe this community has its own little community skating rink. Now, with that said, this ice I would not skate on. I would not skate on this ice if if my life depended on it. I probably would. I could probably skate on this ice better than it's not very good skating ice. It's got all kinds of ridges and roughness going on. Unfortunately, I don't really have much option. I could make it snow instead, but I'm fine with it being the ice, but y'all let me know in the comments what you think. But I like the idea, and I think that's what matters most. It's like the idea is there. It's just a matter of how do we perfect the execution of it. I could have used the snowy rocks as well, but the snowy rocks have the same problem. They've got bumps and things like that where you wouldn't really want to skate on it. So I think it's either got to be this, or we flatten the terrain again and then just put down a bunch of coolers. I do have coolers along the edge. You maybe saw me put the snow down, so it will blend in a bit more nicely. And I was initially thinking about putting like a little monument or statue or something in the middle there, maybe even just some planters, but then it doesn't feel as, rough, kind of made by just a couple people spending a weekend together to build this space out. That's why I kind of like how it looks right now, in the sense of it's a little rough around the edges. The moment I put like a little monument or something in the middle, it feels like, oh, this is an actual construction project, which I think I want to avoid over here. Nonetheless, back over here, you see I actually extend the shape of that structure without adding any more buildings into it. I just felt like, and I'll touch on this more in a bit, but I felt like the little village needed obviously more shapes to it. Right now, or as of the start of this episode, we only had the one real shape, which was the like wide rectangle shape that we made in the last session. And while I like it, too much of the same thing looks like a cookie cutter housing project, which this is not, right? And again, looking at my references and stuff, there's so many beautiful references. And again, I'm really surprised and fascinated by the fact that this Siberian village reference imagery that I'm looking at is in so many ways similar to the Maritimes in Canada. I just love that connection. I think I mentioned it last session as well, just mentioning it again here. But anyway, so we have like that wide rectangle you can see on the right. Now we've got a bit more of a square that I built earlier right now, hidden under the trees. And now it's time for a long rectangle, so to speak. I decided to put a small staff room over here. Far enough away, the negative impact zone does not affect our guests in any way, but it acts as a spot where some of these vendors can go to rest, where, if a keeper or caretaker is in the area, they can go to rest there as well. I've kept it a small one. I don't think we need a large one back over here, but I do need to add it to my work zone, so I need to remember to do that. But yeah, I just thought it was a nice way to maintain functionality while also adding yet another shape to the area. And again, this is based off of another reference. I don't know if it's from the same village, but it's based off of another reference. So you'll see its shape is fairly different. Its structure is pretty similar, but the shape is fairly different. And I think that adds just some extra life to the entire area. So this becomes kind of the remainder of the project for this time lapse. This time lapse ended up being longer than I expected, but that's status quo now. That's how it always is nowadays, isn't it? But you can see I really like how this ends up looking. It is not a standard shape that I would approach typically. Like this long and narrow is not a building that I would normally chase after. But again, the inspiration images I'm looking at, the reference images I'm looking at, and the setting that I'm trying to recreate has kind of pushed me in that direction. And I think that's what's got me most excited, or that's what's kept me most excited about these Planet Zoo builds, is that we're always learning and exploring new things. So I am super pumped again to continue that with Elite Zoo South. And just as a reminder, because I reminded myself last night, so just as a reminder, and maybe y'all can remind me when the time comes, but Elite Zoo South obviously is going to maintain that same kind of approach, that culture-focused approach, but we're also adding the adding the challenge, of trying to make the zoo accessible. So that'll be really interesting, I think. Well, accessible, I suppose I should specify, like physically accessible, because there's only so much we can do in terms of the tools the game gives us. So it should be interesting to try and add that into our set of challenges. It introduces more structures that we have to think about, more forms and shapes and limitations and ways of expression even that might not occur to us otherwise, or might not come to us otherwise, and that's the fun of it. I think I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking at it as an interesting challenge, another way to open our bag of tricks and come up with some new ideas. So I'm super excited for that aspect of Elite Zoo South as well. I digress though. Point being, I'm really happy with this time lapse and the results of it. I'm really happy with how this village is looking, and it's feeling very different from most of the other stuff that we've done in this zoo, which is another really nice feeling. Now I'm thinking of adding maybe some more empty structures here and there to fill the space out, or maybe we need some more stores and things as well. But this area definitely needs more work. It needs to be busier, and hopefully people will come through and, make use of it. That would make me very happy. But that's it for the time lapse, folks. All right, folks, we are back, and you know what? Quite pleased with how that time lapse went. Things ended up better than I initially anticipated, if I'm completely honest. But of course, nowhere near done. Still nowhere near done. But we've got, I think, all of the building blocks we need to rapidly take us to the end, as it were. Let me just fix this real quickly over here. Sticking out a little bit too much. Come on, baby. There we go. Excellent. Beautiful. Love it. There we go. What was I saying? Right. Still lots to do, but we're starting to get a feel for the area. I think we're starting to get all the pieces we need that we can now start using in a modular way, in a modular fashion, to build a variety of shapes. We've got squares. We've got long rectangles. We got wide rectangles. We've got the fencing in various forms, so we've got a lot of stuff going on. What I'll do is I'll add some more shops over here, I think, because what I really want this to feel like, yeah, I think we'll be adjusting this a fair bit. I want this to feel like a community skating rink, right? That kind of a thing. Now, it's horribly maintained because there's, I would not skate on this. Even if I was a professional Olympic skater, I would not skate on this. But it's the best we've got as far as ice is concerned. My other option is, of course, to just make it snow. Like I could have it all be snow terrain, and then I've got the coolers there already. That's to make the edges look like snow. But I could make the whole thing snow. That way it would be flat, and it would be white, and it would look like ice. Maybe we'll do that instead. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, obviously, but I really want this to feel like a community kind of skating rink. There's actually a place in Toronto that is like kind of, it's not at all like visually similar or anything, but it came to mind when I was kind of building this out. It's just a spot where there are shops all around this massive green space, and that green space, when it's wintertime, gets covered in ice, like it gets made into a skate rink. It was a blend between that and another spot in Toronto, which is actually very close to my high school, where there was a giant park that the neighborhood would just, part of it would be turned into a skating rink, just because the neighbors there, I guess they wanted one, and they would just make it themselves as a small part of this giant green space. So it's kind of like a blend between those two, where you've got this like organized shopping stuff going on, but it's supposed to be a village, right? So in my head, it's like, well, this is the green space that the villagers come out, that they would come out and maybe make it into a skating rink or something. I don't know. I'm just coming up with ideas here, right? Need somewhere to practice hockey, right? But anyway, point being, pretty happy with our progress. I think we've got something going on over here, feeling a lot better about the direction. Going to make it a bit denser, going to have more stuff going on. We're going to finish this little area off as well, so you can actually look at the Arctic wolves properly. But yeah, it's taken us some time. It's taken us a couple of sessions, but hey, good things take time, right? And good things come to those who wait, I suppose, as well. This has been a pretty solid session, folks. I think at least you let me know what you think in the comments down below, but this is where we're going to call it. No flamingo stress issues, and I mean, I've probably jinxed it already, so I'll say it again. I really hope that this is the end of those problems. That would make me so very happy. That would make me so very happy. We're looking pretty good overall, apart from a death that's about to happen, which is unfortunate, but we'll let that happen next time. It is year 146, right at the top of it. Money is being made ever so slowly. Hopefully, our income's a little bit better this year, because I am a little concerned about that. But folks, we'll cross those bridges when we get there. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Let me know. Leave a like. Leave a comment. If you didn't enjoy, let me know still. Leave a comment. Give me some feedback. Let me know how I could make it better. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting this channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. I will be updating this list come this weekend is the plan, so if your name isn't on here, and it should be, please reach out and let me know. I like to make sure I have people's consent before displaying their name publicly, unless, YouTube is doing it automatically. Anyway, folks, apart from that, a massive thanks goes out to all of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.